Hey guys, I had Anthony ask something on the line of, I want to shift into this new version of myself where I'm effortless and comfortable with the unknown. And then I feel there are old parts of me that are kind of looping, and so I'm shifting between these two versions of myself. So let's say we all experience different conditioning because at times we need limitation to understand ourselves and the world. At all times we're infinite source, but that in itself can only be like some transcendent samadhi experience of just like absoluteness. It doesn't have any form, definition, structure, and interpretation. So we choose to be a baby, and then in the baby world I will have interest in this, and I will explore this and play with this in every way until I'm satisfied, and then I can let it go and I can go to the next thing. So what we create energetically is a recording of every interest, every desire. I'm gonna fix my eyebrow. So that also comes, like fixing my eyebrow, it comes from a little aspect of myself that is automatically playing into this interpretation of reality where I'm a human being and then I'm doing something, and then here's a mini quest. Okay, let me fix my eyebrow. So every mini quest every single thing that we interpret as our identity, it wants to play out. So there are many energetic aspects in our subconscious memory where we are interfacing with reality. These different aspects, they start to activate, to fulfill one or other desire. For us, we are not an aspect, we're the experiencer, we're just the camera here. All these different aspects are part of our individual being. So you can understand the individual being, the personality, having many different identities. That is my consciousness showing up in a context. In relationship to this, I am a baby playing with this, or in a relationship with this, I am, let's say, I want this to be nice and clean. I want my house to be nice and clean. So, different relationships to things, people, circumstances, situations, whatever you want to call it, different identities arise. And as long as our identities still want to play and do something in a certain context, in a certain situation, with a certain person, in relationship to something, we are then looping and remanifesting a timeline where there are physical things, where there are relationship with people, where there is a job that I do. Let's say I have a partner, or I have a family members that I'm still karmically connected to. It's because we are still playing the same roles in the same context. So let's say now I want to jump context. I want to quantum shift in a context where I have different relationship with my family. I have different relationship to my money. Okay, I have different relationship to how I interpret myself, basically, because what I'm going to change is not that I'm going to go and try to change other people or physically change the circumstances or even like earn more money. Okay, that would be like a linear way. That is, we are caught up in the physical assumption of reality, and we are learning to be chill with that because we don't need to work in this way. And actually reality does not work in this way. When the inner shift and the conglomerate of inner identities changes the frequency to follow where my consciousness wants to go, this other channel will just pop into reality. This is what we call a quantum shift. So let's say I want to go on this channel where I feel effortless about the unknown. I feel like super chill in the unknown. I'm just so comfortable with the unknown. And then I can feel in my body the residue of my old identity. It's like, I want to know. I want to be certain. I want to like regulate. I want to like have the linear logic. I want to count my money. I want to like convince people in my world that they need to be different. Like, I don't want to trust that if I shift my frequency, everybody's going to treat me differently. I need to tell them. Give me a second, sorry. Okay. I am having some coffee. So, pause a little intermezzo. So see, I'm here, have an identity, I'm doing a video. That's one context, one identity. In the background, in my subconscious, there's a water boiling and there's another identity. I really want to have coffee. And what I'm doing, I'm allowing both of these to exist in the same time. Making space for this other identity. I want coffee to express itself while I'm doing the video. Otherwise, I would need to suppress the one that is activated. Like, oh, coffee. Oh, I got boiling water. I got coffee. I would need to suppress that one to stay in this situation, choosing this one context and this one identity. And this is kind of important or cute that we have this as an example, because you can make space for two identities at the same time, and this is what we call alchemy, when we merge them. So let's say I have an identity, I want to feel myself in this new reality. Now, whether for Anthony, this reality where I'm comfortable in the unknown, I'm super relaxed in the unknown, right? I always start with a little bit of method acting. I just ask the subconscious, how would I feel if I would be comfortable in the unknown? And then imagine, and then start playing the method acting. You play, okay, I'm in the unknown, I don't know what's going to happen, and I'm cool, I'm just like, it's fun. And you start feeling that, so you're anchoring into this new construct, into this new identity, into this new context. Just by asking the subconscious, okay, give me the feeling. And subconscious, the holder of the conglomerate of our frequencies and identities, it can transform them effortlessly because they're just an energetic construct they can dissolve and shapeshift. Now, to know how to do this in the most effortless way is understanding, first of all, that every resistance in the body, every energy block, every push and pull are just my own identities, and I am the consciousness, I am the author. Now, the energy of them can be really fluid if I understand that I'm consciously interacting with this energy. The energy is my imagination. The body is my imagination. I can shapeshift and become younger, prettier, like all my energies, however they feel they're constricting me, they're just a figment of my imagination. I'm the consciousness. So I don't even need to work it from the logical. I can really work it from the magical, just saying to my subconscious, just, okay, dissolve these identities. So when you perceive something, when you know something, when you can detect something, some pattern, behavioral pattern, identity arising within a construct, feeling of resistance, whatever you can pinpoint, it becomes effortless to integrate, merge with another identity, or dissolve. And there's no work. There's simply, I'm feeling, okay, where is it in the body? This is why I like to say, where is the, if I'm stepping into effortlessness with the unknown, is there anywhere the conglomerate of identities in my body that feels like, I don't want to go there? Because then you ask this guy, hey, I don't want to go there. Like, I want to keep everything under control. And you ask this guy that wants to keep everything under control, what are you trying to achieve for me? And he's like, I want to know. I feel good with knowing. I want to, control things. And then you see, okay, I have two aspects. Like, one wants to be free in the unknown, and I have another one that wants to control things, right, with a remote control. You're trying to see, what if I take these two Pokemons, these two energetic beings, if I put them together? How do I feel? All of a sudden there's no resistance because one wants to be in the free and the other one wants to control something, do something hands-on. They merge. Now I'm completely relaxed. I can go into making myself a coffee, doing something with complete control, like playing a video game or playing sports. Maybe allowing myself to be in the flow at the same time. Or switching from one another without a hurdle. Like taking a pause, not trying to speak. Even though I was in the context where I want to speak because I want to make a video. But I can be free of that. Because I can shift. In this very, very relaxed state of not trying to do anything, again, there is a flow. Again, things make sense. Again, I can say things that make sense. I just feel I'm not in control. And then if I would feel that I'm in control, I can, come into a kind of like focus where I'm feeling that I'm in control. Actually, we are always both. So this is a fun thing about duality and non-duality. Even though my Pokemons can be one that is like completely not in control, like I'm in a submission. I'm in a choke, or I'm in a submission. All right, it's fun to be in a submission. I have no control. And then the other one, I'm like submitting. I'm holding everything, right? Even though these two aspects seem to be juxtaposed, the beautiful coming together of them is in the eye of the observer. Being in control, not having control, is the illusion of the play of the form. But you see, in the observer, these two can kind of merge. They can become one. And now they can play, like, they can flow, and then one can come on the top and the other one can come on the top. But it's free. Because to me, the experiencer, the observer, I don't have to identify with, I want to be one and I don't want to be the other. I can allow the other, and I can allow this one, and then I can effortlessly assume this one. And then allowing this one, I can effortlessly assume this one. Or I can be assuming both of them at the same time. Namaskar. Okay, so the one aspect that is having the resistance to the unknown wants to be in control. Accept this one. See what this one wants to do when it is in control. Now it will be like, in my imagination, when I'm having full control, like driving a car, when I'm having full control, what do I want to express? What do I want to achieve? What does this aspect of me want to achieve? And then allow that aspect to exist, and allow in the imagination that all the things that he wants to control are already in the imagination achieved right now. So I imagine I have control, I am in control, and I see myself in the world doing all these things. I see myself, when I imagine individually Jovan imagines Jovan being in control, I am doing some martial arts and I'm dominating my opponents. I have full control in that situation. So that's good. And I can also see myself having no control, being in the same dojo and flowing in self-defense while the opponents are like throwing different techniques at me. I'm like in no control, but I'm so relaxed that I can just maneuver myself out of anything. So I'm kind of like so this is the imagination that comes to whatever aspect is loaded, one that has control or one that is like free-flowing in surrender, feeling completely fine. When I give my brain the ability to, or the permission to, just imagine that whatever either or aspects want to create an experience is already achieved in the now, I become very integrated with these aspects. And now I can choose my frequency. And I can shift this frequency in a very effortless way. If I identify with one aspect and try to push the other away, this other will always bounce back with resistance. So let's say I want to make a lot of money, but I'm avoiding to be, let's say, poor or without money. So I'm trying to cling to this reality where I have more and more and more money, but I'm trying to push away reality where I'm completely fine without money. This does not work. When I'm completely relaxed about either or reality, like I don't need money, I'm totally fine, wherever I go, I don't even, and I practice this very much, like I'm just not able to make money if I'm not relaxed about not having money. When I'm really relaxed about having or not having money, I can be just calling in money, I'm just getting money, but at the same time, I feel like having it is nothing and not having it is nothing, or not having it is everything and having it is everything, but the same quality to either or Pokemon, which makes me the neutral observer, and when I'm neutral to something, I'm the master of that. So I cannot try to master a state of control versus the state of submission or not having control or complete surrender. I have to be in complete surrender to have control. And I have to have control to be in a state of complete surrender. Alright, I hope that makes a little bit of sense.